First John, the last two passages are both out of First John, and they both basically say the same thing. So I can read both passages, and then we'll just entertain the discussion. The first one is First John 3:24, where he writes, "Whoever keeps his commandments abides in God, and God in him." I like that little play on words and the play on the relationship. We're in God, and God is in us, right? I mean, that's really, really neat. And then he continues by saying, "And by this we know that he abides in us by the Spirit whom he has given us." Again, the natural way to understand this passage would be that it's God's Spirit that dwells in us, because the focus is all on God. There's nothing mentioned here about Messiah, and nothing really in your face talking about the Holy Spirit as a third person of the Trinity. We know that God abides in us by the Spirit whom he has given us. However, we could very easily and comfortably translate this passage as, or understand it as, the Holy Spirit that God has given us. Either way, we know this is a passage that can only take place if we have our faith anchored in Messiah. It's not a generic description of God placing his Spirit in us and our abiding in God and God abiding in us merely because we have faith in God, or a generic faith in God, like, say, national Israel would describe their own relationship to God. John is describing a messianic experience, a faith that's anchored in Messiah. And he goes on to continue in the next chapter of this same book in 1 John 4:12 and 13. "No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God abides in us, and his love is perfected in us." Still, again, the focus is first person of the Trinity, the Father. And then verse 13, he repeats the same thing that he said earlier. "By this we know that we abide in him, and he in us, because he has given us of his Spirit." Again, a passage that every card-carrying Unitarian would love to claim this passage as their own and say, "See, here's proof positive that we're talking about a single God, and we don't need to have any discussions on the issues of Trinity." This verse is very comfortably, what should we say, found within Unitarian discussions, because it doesn't say anything about Jesus coming to dwell in us per se, and it doesn't have any language that describes the Holy Spirit. But the point I'm trying to emphasize, that we good Trinitarians always know that because we're dealing with one God and not three, and not simply with one God who's swapping out identities like disguises, we know that to describe the abiding in God and the description of his Spirit is equally to affirm that it's Messiah in us, the Holy Spirit in us at the same time.